Welcome back, everybody. Take a break with Stephen Shamus.
Good to see you, my friend. How are you today?
Always a pleasure. Great, wonderful. It's 90,000 degrees in New York, so I'm sweating.
By the way, I'm seeing my nephew today, so I wear my Tufts shirt whenever.
Is that far? Tufts?
It's in Boston, but he's in the city right now. He's coming down. We're gonna have some lunch. What do you got on today? Star Wars or not?
Oh yeah, it's my my Porkins t-shirt. Yeah. I only wear it on recording days, Star Wars shirts. Every other day, it's college shirts and turtlenecks.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. All right, what do we got today, Alex?
Yeah, we're gonna hit on some kind of newer stuff and one very old thing. We're gonna talk about Lucy Nguyen, who is a character in the new Black Widow series, the Kelly Thompson run, and then we're gonna talk about Vengence, who is Bane's daughter, who then broke the Batman's back. And then we're going to talk about our favorite Alfred Molina character, Dr. Octopus.
Cool.
Be careful what you wish for, Parker. Hello, Peter.
Cool. All right, what do we want to get started with today, Alex?
Yeah, let's talk about Lucy Nguyen from Black Widow.
Yeah. So again, we're obviously got our pulse on the market. That's what we do. Show.
Nice.
And we notice all these things, and we've noticed that that this series has just been absolutely on fire.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they feel like this character is going to be presented at some point or something's going to happen with this character. So tell us a little bit about Lucy Nguyen from this Black Widow series, Alex.
Yeah, she is essentially a protege to Natasha Romanoff in the series. So Natasha is like taking her under her wing and teaching her stuff, and it's a character that more than likely, like an Amadeus Cho, is going to be part of the Marvel universe comic book wise for a while. And seeing as how we've got a lot of stuff overturning in the MCUs and TV stuff, new people taking on the character roles, more than likely they could bring this character in. I mean, we know that Black Widow, the character, is not over. We have Florence Poe, looking just like, the character in the comics. And, more than likely she's going to be in the Hawkeye series, maybe, or there's going to be some movie. And why not also just look at the supporting cast? Yeah, exactly. Look at the supporting cast. I mean, why not have Lucy also in there as maybe a protege to Yelena, or it was already a protege and we don't know to Black Widow in the movie. It's great. It's speculations, beautiful.
Right. So these books have really climbed a lot, and I thought Black Widow had decent sales, but I mean these books are very, very hard to find.
It's very low pop. I mean, in the store we have probably 300 subscribers and maybe 15 people buy the book on a regular.
So maybe right. So Black Widow #6 from June of 2021, Adam Hughes cover. There's only 18 blue label and 0 gold label 98. On the legacy numbering, they call it Black Widow #46.
Yeah.
Kelly Thompson story, Rafael de la Torre art. That's about a $200 book. Then there's the Carlos Pacheco variant cover, 1 blue label, 0 gold label 9.8. That's a $10 to $15 raw book. Obviously, there's only one pop.
Yeah.
Then there's the Elena Casagrande design 1 in 10 variant cover, 5 blue label 9.8s, 0 gold label 9.8s. That's about a $225 book, $15 to $20 raw. I mean, this is expensive for brand. I mean, you're talking about a book that came out like 2 months ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. The Raza 1 in 75 variant cover. That's the big one. 8 blue label 9.8s, 0 gold label 9.8s. That's $125 to $150 raw, Alex.
Yeah.
Raw.
Not a lot of them out there. I bet you I'll put my money on that.
But that's June. I mean, June, Alex. It's only August right now, so you're only talking about a 2+ month old book. Sure. That's unusual for them to be that. Then there's the second print variant, came out in August of 2021, Rafael de la Torre variant, 2 blue label 9.8s, 0 gold label 9.8s. That's a $5 to $10 raw book. And then again, this is what we're seeing again.
Yep.
There's a 1 in 25 second print variant.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the second prints, the regular ones now are going to be cheap because everyone knows the new covers, but the variants of the variants are expensive.
Yeah.
So now,
crazy.
1 in 25 Elena Casagrande design variant cover, 4 blue label 9.8s, 0 gold label 9.8s, $225, and it's $85 to $110
Wow.
raw.
That's big.
So you've got 2 books.
Yeah.
You know, I know they're both variants. One's a 1 in 75, one's a 1 in 25, but a lot of those books get discounted after a while. The 1 in 25, 1 in 10,
Sure.
whatever variants, right?
After
Like
the first couple months. Yeah.
Right. So anyway, something to keep your eye on. Very, very hot book right now.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we got next, Alex?
Let's talk about Vengeance, not Vengeance of Bane, which is also a great hot book, but Vengence, Bane's daughter.
Yeah. So this character's been on fire.
Yeah. Another
Okay.
brand new
So-
character, brand new.
Another brand new character, brand new book. All right. So this character is on absolute fire, Alex.
Yeah.
I don't know if people think it's going to be, used in some future Batman film or Joker film or whatever, but everyone has high hopes. These books have absolutely been flying. The book only also 2 months ago came out, Alex.
Very, very, very new book. Yes.
I mean, these are brand new books. So talk a little bit about Vengeance and who the character is and what the character represents and why all of a sudden because look, not everything is blowing up, but this particular one is blowing up.
Yeah, I think anytime that there's a new character in a book, it's either buy or don't buy, right? Like some people go in the Blue Beetles. I will say that when the first appearance of Jaime came out in his first series, people were not buying it as a hot book by any means. It was just another DC book. Now it's a hot book. I think this is one of those ones where people kind of know Bane is a very popular villain for Batman. This is the daughter of that very popular character who is also wearing the mask of Bane, who is more than likely going to be a character in the DC universe to come. And who knows if they'll ever make it to screen, but like, it's a really neat character. I mean, this Joker series, it's a bomb, a smoke bomb goes off, a poison bomb, kills a bunch of people in Arkham, kills a bunch of bystanders, and essentially it's everybody trying to find and kill the Joker. And one of the people that are doing that is Bane's daughter, because Bane dies in that poison gas cloud. So the whole reasoning behind her is she's trying to kill Joker, yada yada yada. But the fact is, it's a brand new character that has ties to long-standing DC Universe popular character, and I think we're going to see her for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, this character is just on fire. Again, brand new character, Joker #2, June of 2021, Guillermo March cover, 92 Blue Label 9.8, 7 Gold Label 9.8. It's about a $90 book, but $15 raw. First appearance of Vengeance. Again, James Tynion, who you know, Sam John stories, Guillermo March and Mirko Andolfo art. Then there is the Brian Stelfreeze variant cover, 42 Blue Label 9.8s, 2 Gold Label 9.8s. That's about an $80 to $90 book, also $15 raw. Then there's the Lee Bermejo variant cover, 68 Blue Label, 6 Gold Label 9.8s, $85 book, about $15 raw. The next one is the coolest one of all. I think this is an amazing, amazing cover. It's the Batman #227 homage cover by Neil Adams.
Of course.
It's 13 Blue Label, 2 Gold Label 9.8s. That's about $150, which seems cheap because raw those books are $40 to $50.
Yeah.
So that book is going to be much, much, much higher.
I agree.
The best cover of all, which actually shows her on the cover, is the Trevor Harrison variant cover. You can absolutely 100% not find these covers.
Yeah.
They're impossible to find. 67 Blue Label, 26 Gold Label 9.8s. I could not find a single 9.8 for sale. Those are $200 raw. Again, that's the cover that shows the face and the head.
Yep.
That's the cover that everybody wants. Right. Then there's the Riccardo Federici 1 in 25 variant cover, has a punchline on the cover. 43 Blue Label, 9 Gold Label 9.8s. That's about $100 books, $40 raw. So you're seeing the discrepancy, even though the Trevor Hare sign might be more available because it has her on the cover. That's the one that everybody wants.
Exactly.
Then there's the second print, Francesco Mattina cover, came out a month later in July, 10 Blue Label, 0 Gold Label 9.8s. That's about $100 book, $10 to $15 raw. And then the second print, Trevor Harrison,
of course,
Santa Prisca, black and white virgin variant cover. There 5 Blue Label, 0 Gold Label 9.8s. There's no 9.8s available for sale. That's a $60 to $75 raw book. So you're going to see that once a CGC 9.8 comes on the market, you're probably looking at $300 to $500.
Yeah.
It's the second best cover, obviously, to the Trevor Harrison regular cover.
Yep.
And I would tell you they probably printed a lot less of that one than they did the color one.
Sure, 100%. They printed a lot of Joker #2s. That's a popular title.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, it's time for the show. Alex's pick of the week. What do you got for us, Alex?
It seems like we keep talking about this one comic book company and all of their good ideas, although the name of the company is Bad Idea.
Bad idea, right?
Bad Idea. So during the initial releases for the first year of Bad Idea books, you could get, if you were the first in line at your local comic book store and to buy that book, they would give you a gold pin that said #1 ENIAC, and it was because you were the first one in line at your local store to get that book. Every book since then has come with a gold button that you could get if you were first in line. Why? Nobody knew. They were just prizes. Well, now Bad Idea is telling everybody that if you have a gold button, you can trade it in for one of the new books. The only way to get those books is to have this gold pin. So the Bad Idea books are already scarce. Now it's one per store that have the buttons, one of the customers, and not all the stores in America have it. So I don't know, maybe there's 200 buttons of each book. So maybe 1,000 buttons out in the wild, maybe 2,000. That is a small print run of books. And, another thing is it's one button and you have a choice of 2 books. So you can turn in one button. It's not both of them, but it's either the Werewolf or Retirement Plan. You get to choose one, or you don't have
That's
to do
some choice. That's some choice.
I know, right? But the other option is you hold on to it and then you could save it for something else later and you don't know what that is. So you could miss out on these books. You could send them in for a mystery prize. Nobody knows. They're just the gimmick train is blowing through the Bad Idea Corporation very quickly. It's just something to think of.
In some way, they are living up to their name because it's like, you know what? They're trying non-traditional stuff and they're like, hey, it's a bad idea, but let's try it.
We're talking about it, right? I mean,
look, a lot of the most brilliant ideas started.
Yeah.
Look, I can't tell you, Alex, how many times in my life when we started Wizard Magazine, when we started Inquest Magazine, when we started the Wizard World Chicago shows, everyone's like, oh, that's a bad idea. No one's ever gonna. Who's gonna buy tickets to a Comic-Con and pay for autographs and photo ops?
Yeah.
Why would anybody ever? I can't tell you how many times when we first started doing photo ops, people said to me, who would pay for a photo with a celebrity? Why would somebody pay for that?
Right.
Do you know how many times I heard that back in 2007 and 2008 and 2009?
And now it's the gold standard. Like that's what you do at Comic-Cons. Yeah. And
by the way, speaking of ideas like this, I mean, we saw Keanu Reeves with Berserker.
Yep.
And now you see Emilia Clarke with Mother of Madness.
Yeah, the mom books.
And we're going to talk about that on a future show. These books are on fire, and these celebrities are smart. She signs the books. They have massive value because she's autographed them.
Yeah.
She had Marguerite Bennett work with her on the book, so she got top talent to work with her on it. She was very, very smart. Didn't just hire some loser off the street.
Yep.
And the books are on fire right now.
Yep. 3 issues in and out. It's not a long running series. We don't have to worry about anything. And it's Emilia Clarke. Are you telling me it's not going to be picked up for some kind of Netflix or Amazon? Like 100%.
No. Totally.
Crazy.
Totally. All right, Alex, what are we closing with today?
I think my favorite thing from the new Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, Alfred Molina popping up out of the garage saying hello, Peter. Pretty amazing. Pretty good goosebumps on that one.
I think they're trying to tug on our heartstrings a little bit.
Oh my god, so good.
You see,
Is it weird that Alfred Molina looks younger in this trailer? Like he looks better? I don't know. It's very weird. It's been almost 20 years.
Michael Keaton is Batman again. Alfred Molina's Doc Ock again.
Yeah.
What next? Can they bring back Christopher Reeve CGI? Can they do that?
I'll do that. I mean, the Superman 78 comic just came out. I mean, that's all Christopher Reeve Superman stuff. So who knows? Hologram.
Just tell you. So just as a side note, my favorite show of all time is the Muppet Show.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching season 4 or 5 I'm on now. And back-to-back episodes are Christopher Reeve and Linda Carter.
Oh, geez.
And Christopher Reeve was so phenomenal. Like you just, when you see him, he has such a presence. I don't want to say that he has been forgotten in time.
Sure.
But when people talk about like, oh, Christian Bale and this one and this one, like they don't talk about Christopher Reeve, but he really is.
He was amazing. Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I saw that episode the other night. I was like, wow. And he was really, really terrific. So anyway, just as a side note. Okay. So on Doc Ock.
Yes.
We're not going to go through obviously all the Doc Ock issues because there's too many to go through. We're going to go through a lot of key issues and then a lot of key covers and ones that we think are important to take a look at right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to do this. It's going to be a little tricky on the early issues of Spider-Man because they're from the 60s and they're very, very low pop books. So we're not going to give you all the signature series. We're not going to give you all the whatever because we'll just do the blue labels and we'll give you some price breakdowns and we'll talk about the characters a little bit. Before we go into that, Alex, why do you think, I mean, look, they brought Keaton back as Batman. Why do you think Marvel went down this road of Doc Ock, Jamie Foxx, all this nostalgia stuff? I mean, do you think it's to kind of just bring in the old viewers and the new viewers? What do you think?
They're doing exactly what they wanted to do. We are talking about it right now. We've been talking about it before the trailer came out. The trailer came out. We only got one snippet of a returning character and they're still talking about it, and they're going to continue talking about it until the movie comes out, and that movie's going to make lots and lots of money because they're selling it. They're selling it. They're getting the nostalgia people. It's nobody knows how it's going to happen or who's actually going to show up or how long they're going to be in it. Like it's going to be very interesting. And Sony, for years, Sony's been saying they've been trying to do a Sinister Six movie. I mean, they could totally just introduce all the characters together in this movie and just spin it right out. It's not necessarily close to the MCU because it's a Sony and MCU joint venture. So all the characters they have in this movie, Sony could use. This could be their in for their infamous Sinister Six movie.
What I want to see is a Paul Giamatti Rhino film.
Oh my God. Yeah. He'll come running through the background, I'm sure.
How good is Paul Giamatti?
Yeah. Right? Fantastic.
Billions.
He's a good one.
Amazing Spider-Man #3, July of '63, origin and first appearance of Dr. Octopus, Otto Octavius. Human Torch is also in there. There's a UK price variant. Oh. We're not gonna do signature series on these. It's not relevant. 2 9/8s, 9 9.6s, 8 9.4s. As we've talked about in the past, Alex, somebody's got these books, right?
Yeah.
They're personal collections, of course. 22 9.2s and 38 9.0s. A 7.5 is about 8,300. This is the kind of book where you're going to need to just buy a 5 or a 6. You're going to look for a clean 5, a clean 6, and see if you can pick one up. The second appearance of Doc Ock, Stan Lee story, Steve Ditko art, Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby cover was Amazing Spider-Man #11. You're getting into you're getting into prime time. With these creators. Amazing Spider-Man #11, April of 1964. There are 0 9/8s. 7 9.6s, 9 9.4s, 8 9.2s, and 18 9.0s. It's about a $3,700 book in 8.0.
That's not bad.
Again, right. These are all early appearances. Then Amazing Spider-Man #12, third appearance, also Stan Lee story, Steve Ditko cover and art. There are 4 9.8s, 8 9.6s, 26 9.4s, 30 9.2s, and 49 9.0s. That's about a $1,300 book in 7.0. You're really looking for clean copies on these books, Alex.
Nice
now we're going to go into some of the nicer and more significant covers of Doc Ock. So Amazing Spider-Man #53, October of 1967. Dr. Octopus appearance, Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy's first date, by the way. Again, a Stan Lee story, John Romita cover and art. Again, we went from Jack Kirby to Steve Ditko to John Romita. I mean, can you imagine?
Hitting all the greats.
I mean, can you imagine? Amazing Spider-Man #53 in October '67. So that's about a $700 book in a 9.0. Then the next issue, Spider-Man #54, November of '67, 12 9.8s, 31 9.6s, and 61 9.4s. Again, Stan Lee, John Romita Jr. John Romita Sr., not Jr. Yeah. He probably wasn't born. Yeah, I don't think he was born yet.
Maybe not. No, yeah, 60 something. Yeah.
All right. The storyline continues with Amazing Spider-Man 55, December of 67. These are all great covers, by the way. These are all classic covers, classic Romita covers.
Yeah.
10 9.8s, 21 9.6s, 55 9.4s, and 67 9.2s. That's about a $750 book in 9.4. Storyline continues. This is the last part of this storyline.
Yep.
Amazing Spider-Man number 56, January of 68, 13 9.8s, 48 9.6s, 106 9.4s, 125 9.2s. That's about a $620 book in 9.4. I think all these are good investments because even if you can't afford the early ones, these are all classic early Doc Ock appearances. Stan Lee story, again, John Romita cover. Then the next books I would take a look at were from 72.
Yep.
Amazing Spider-Man number 114 and 115. Again, this time it's a Jerry Conway story with John Romita art. So John Romita, you're talking about a long stretch.
Long stretch of these books. Yeah.
Yeah. So on 114, the pops are very low. We'll go through it quickly. 14 9.8s, 26 9.6s, 51 9.4s, 61 9.2s, and 36 9.0s. That's about a $575 book in 9.6. Also, Alex, as you know, when you're dealing with the books from the 60s and 70s, the pops at the high tier don't change all that much.
No.
You see it with sports cards too. Even cards from the 80s and 90s don't change that much.
Yeah.
The only pops that really change a lot are really on the 2000s, 2010s, and 20s. You're not going to get a big variance here on these.
Yep.
Then Amazing Spider-Man number 115, December of 72, 17 9.8, 54 9.6, 90 9.4, 71 9.2s, and 47 9.0s. Okay, so on Amazing Spider-Man number 115, that's about a $100 book in 8.0-ish. So again, as you get to the higher tiers, those are going to be more expensive. Then we get into the modern age. I want to take a look at a couple of modern age stuff that I think is very important in terms of Doc Ock.
Yes.
The first one is Marvel Tales number 223, which has that awesome Todd McFarlane cover.
Some good.
And as you've seen all the McFarlane covers escalating regardless of the interior.
Going up. Yep.
Regardless of the interior.
There's a reprint book. Marvel Tales are reprints. These are reprints.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. May of 89, 12 blue label 9.8s, 4 gold label 9.8s. It's about a $225 book, $10 raw. That's a book I would get signature series by Todd for sure. 100% when he does his next signing. All right, then we have Amazing Spider-Man number 339, September of 1990. Sinister. Try saying this 6 times fast. Sinister 6 appearance with an Eric Larson cover and art. David Michelinie story. Great Doc Ock cover.
Yeah,
93
really
blue label. Yeah, 93 blue label 9.8s, 6 gold label 9.8s, 40 blue label 9.6s, 11 gold label 9.6s. That's about $135 books in 9.8. Again, would make a great signature series for either Michelinie or for Larson, or maybe Alfred Molina.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. And then the next one is Amazing Spider-Man number 427, October of 97. Another great Doc Ock cover, this time by Steve Scroce. 56 blue label 9.8s, 1 gold label 9.8. That's a $20 to $25 book raw. I could not find any 9.8s for sale.
Interesting.
The next one I want to cover is Amazing Spider-Man number 700. We're only going to cover the ones with the Doc Ock covers. There's like a lot of different covers. Probably
that's a whole
15
show.
Or 20 different.
Yeah.
Right. There's 15 or 20 different covers. We're not going to cover the non-Doc Ock covers because these are the covers that you're going to either want by the cover artist or by Molina if they come up to pass.
Yeah.
So the first one is Amazing Spider-Man number 700, the second printing, Humberto Ramos cover. Came out in April of 2013. It's an Humberto Ramos Amazing Spider-Man number 300 homage where he's busting through the numbers. 165 blue label 9.8s, 139 gold label 9.8s. That means Humberto signed a lot of those. It's about a $75 book, but 15 to 20 raw. I would get the book raw, see if you can get it signed by Humberto or by Alfred. Then The homages on the rest of these are amazing.
Really
The
great,
third
yeah.
printing, Giuseppe Camicoli, Doc Ock, Amazing Spider-Man number 100 homage, came out in May of 2013. That's about a $30 to $50 raw book. You cannot find these graded, even though there's 42 blue label and 73 gold label 9.8. Very unusual where the gold label pop is higher than the blue label pop. That means Giuseppe must have done a signing, maybe on a store
Or Dan
opening
Slott.
day.
Dan Slott's, there's a lot of shows.
Or
so.
Dan Slott. True, could be Dan Slott. Then the fourth printing, July of 2013, there's a Ryan Stegman Doc Ock tombstone cover, Amazing Spider-Man number 400 homage, 20 blue label 9.8s, 13 gold label 9.8s. That's about a $25 to $35 book raw. And then lastly, you have the fifth printing, October of 2013, Humberto Ramos Doc Ock cover, 2 blue label, 1 gold label 9.8. That's a $30 to $50 raw book. These are very, very hard to find. These are going to be great signature series books or great books when the film comes out. And the last book I want to talk about is Amazing Spider-Man number 800. Again, there were probably 15, 20 plus different variant covers. The one that you want to talk about is the J. Scott Campbell G, the letter G, Doc Ock edition. CGC combines the pop. The regular edition, they printed 1,800 of. The Virgin cover, they printed 1,000 of. CGC combined the pop. So on the Virgin cover, which I'll talk about in a second. So the J. Scott Campbell edition G, 49 blue label 9.8s, 68 gold label 9.8s. That's about $100 9.8s, $25 raw. On the Virgin cover, CGC combined the pop of all the J. Scott Campbell Virgin covers. He did like 3 or 4 different Virgin covers. They combined the pop on it. So Amazing Spider-Man number 800, it was a San Diego Comic-Con Virgin edition. There were only 1,000 copies printed, 204 blue label 9.8s, 471 gold label 9.8s. Again, they did not specify which one is edition G. That's about a $200 book 9.8 and $25 in raw. So I would get those signed if you could.
Totally.
All right, I think that does it for today.
Yeah.
If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the fields. We'll cover more Spider-Man as we get closer, maybe Electro, maybe other villains or heroes that appear in the movie. We'll see what happens. But thank you everybody for joining us. And we will see you every next week. Same bad time.
Same bad channel.